Good day, everybody. I hope that you're well, and I also hope that you are having a good day so far. Today, we'll be doing our grade 3 English lesson on regular past tense. Oopsie. And before we start with our lesson on regular past tense, we're going to log into aplusstudents.ca. Once we've logged on to aplusstudents.ca with our username as well as our password, and then we're going to select the subject of language arts, grade 3, and then we're going to scroll down up until we get to our chapter of regular past tense. All right. So we are doing the chapter of regular past tense. Our subject is English language arts, grade 3. And the lessons that we are going to be focusing on today under the chapter of regular past tense is to identify verbs in the regular past tense, which sentence is in the regular past tense, and to form and to use regular past tense. So that's going to be our chapter as well as our lessons for today. So it's going to be regular past tense. All right. So when it comes to past tense, right? Remember before we even start, when it comes to the different tenses, we say that the different tenses are present tense, past tense, and it is future tense. So that is our different tenses, right? And if they, for example, sit in the past tense, and then we specifically talk about things that happened already or has already happened, and if we say regular past tense, right? And then when it comes to the regular past tense, then there is like a specific rule that you follow. So there's a specific rule that you need to like follow, right? And the past tense, it usually tells us about something that has already happened. So that is the past tense. So it shows us that it is something that something has already happened. And to form the regular past tense, we need to start with the base form of the verb, right? So basically, whatever the action is that the person is doing. And then follow with these rules, right? For most verbs, we just add ed to form the base form. For example, walk, which is our base word, it's the action that someone is doing. I walk to school. And then all we do is the rule is to add ed. So now our verb changes to I walked to school. And if we think of a few more examples, right, of regular past tense, let's say, for example, jump. Our base form is jump. What is our regular past tense of our word jump? Remember, they said that we add ed to form our regular past tense verb. So I jump on or over the fence, but in the past, I over the fence. We just add ed. So if jump is our base word, what is our regular past tense verb? If we just add ed to the word jump. So basically our regular past tense verb is jumped, right? So this is our base word, which is jump. And the rule is to add ed to show the past tense. So it's jumped. The same with we said walk, right? And in the past, we just add an ed, we walked to school. Dance. If our base word is dance, what is the regular past tense of the word dance? And yes, talked is okay. So first danced, yes, that is correct. And can you see what danced, right? Because dance ends with an e, so all we do is we add a d, right? But for all the other words that does not end with an e, we add an ed. And yes, for example, talk and talked, right? Can we think of more regular past tense? think of the word start. Think of the word start. If we write the regular past tense of start, and yes, we have like, and then we also like is like now, and in the past we said I liked you, but you started showing attitudes. We use the word start. Start. You should start with your assignment. What is the regular past tense of the word start? Start or dump. Play. Love, even. And yes, I started on my assignment. So yesterday I started on my assignment. Dump. Okay, we have a like, right? And then we have love and loved. And we can also say live and lived, right? Yes, we have trade. I traded my sneakers for something else, right? And then we have dumped. I dumped the dirt on the field and they locked me up for littering. I played Xbox until very late last night, right? So that is a few examples of regular past tense verbs, right? It is basically simple verbs. It shows something that has already happened, right? But these are regular past tense. So our base words, right, which is jump and walk and dance, talk, start, dump, play, love, trade, live, like. Those are our base words, right? That shows, let's say, the present tense. But then what we do is we follow a rule in order to show the past tense form of those words, right? By either adding ed or by just adding d. So we add ed to most of our regular form verbs, but we add ed, right? If our base word ends with an e, like for example, like or live or love. So if our base word ends with an e or dance, then all we do is we add a d. But mainly for our regular past tense, we add an ed to show the past tense form of our verb. Right? So once again, here's a few examples of regular past tense verbs. So we said that if, for example, let's say we just have a regular a verb, which is, for example, walk, right? So if it does not end with an E, we add an ED to this word, and then the word becomes, for example, walked, because we added an ed. But we said if the word, for example, ends with an e, like for example, live, right? Then we need to add a d to that word, and then it becomes lived or loved, right? Or bike. So bike and biked. So they biked to school last Friday, meaning that they took their bicycle to school. If our base word ends with a Y, hurry, right? Then we're going to change the Y, this word Y, we're going to change to an I. We're going to change this Y to an I, and then we're going to add an ED. So which means that hurry, the bus is here. And then you can say, I hurried for, but I still missed the bus. So I hurried. And as you can see, the Y fell away. So that is if our base word ends with a Y. And then we basically remove the Y. We put the I in its place and we just add the ED. So hurried. Right? So these are our regular past tense verbs. And when it comes to the regular past tense, we basically just follow rules, right? We add ed to our verb, we add d to a verb if a verb ends with an e, or we add ied to our verb if our verb ends with a consonant y. We remove the y and we add ied to show the regular past tense. Right? All right. So we are doing our tutorial lesson also on aplusstudents.ca. So we're doing our tutorial lesson on aplusstudents.ca. So now we're going to aplusstudents.ca. And we're going to the first lesson, which is to identify verbs in the regular past tense. So we're going to identify verbs in the regular past tense. All right. So now it says we need to select the regular past tense verb. This is now us identifying verbs within the regular past tense. It says the dog wagged its tail. So the dog wagged its tail. What is the action that the dog did? And this basically even shows the past tense, right? Which means that the dog wagged its tail, which is wagged and it ends with an ed. So well done. Wagged is correct. We floated down the river on a hot day. We floated down the river on a hot day. We need to select the past tense verb. We floated down the river on a hot day. So we floated down the river on a hot day. What is our regular past tense verb? And if we choose the correct past tense verb, we can say that floated, because we float down the river on a day. But yesterday we floated down the river on a hot day. So well done. Floated is correct. And the frog hopped into the pond. The frog hopped into the pond. We need to select the past tense verb. So we need to select the regular past tense verb. The frog hopped into the pond. And if we choose the correct past tense verb, then yes, it is hopped. So hopped, which is HOPPED. So hopped is correct. So the frog hopped into the pond. And hopped is our regular past tense and it ends in ed. Right? So now let's go to our test where we are going to identify verbs in the regular past tense. We need to select the past tense verb. She tried something new. She tried something new. I want to try something new. So yesterday, she tried something new. We need to select the past tense verb. Is it something or is it tried? So she tried something new. So basically, if we select the regular past tense verb, we can say she tried something new. And tried is our correct verb. Pancho attacked the math test. So Pancho attacked the math test. Is it attacked, which is option one, or math? What is our correct regular verb? So Pancho attacked the maths test. And if we select the past tense verb, is it attacked or is it math? So Pancho attacked the maths test. And if we select the past tense verb, and then we're going to choose the first one, which is attacked, and we add the ed. So attacked, well done. It's correct. Who turned up the music? Who turned up the music? We need to select the past tense. Who turned up the music? Is it turned or is it music? So who turned up the music? And if we select the past tense verb, then yes, we will choose the word turned. So well done, guys. Turned is correct. The home run astonished everyone. The home run astonished everyone. Is it astonished or is it home? So the home run astonished everyone is our regular past tense astonished or is it home? And if we choose the past tense verb, we will say astonished. Sorry. So astonished shows the past tense regular verb. And then he begged to stay late. He begged to stay late. He begged to stay late. What is our past tense regular verb? Is it begged or stay? Begged or stay? And then we will choose begged. He begged to stay late. So begged is our correct regular past tense verb, right? So do we understand when we say that when it comes to regular past tense verbs, then it's basically just a rule that you follow where we just add ed. Or if our verb ends with an E, right, then all we do is we add a D to show the regular past tense. And if our regular past tense ends with a consonant Y, we drop the Y and we add IED to the regular past tense. So Sean dropped his sandwich. Sean dropped his sandwich. So we need to select the regular past tense. Is it dropped or is it sandwich? Which one is the correct one? Dropped or sandwich? So Sean dropped his sandwich. And if we select the regular past tense, right, we will then choose the correct word, which is dropped. We added an ed, dropped. His regular past tense. So well done, dropped is correct, right? So now we're going to the next one, which is which sentence is in the regular past tense? The sentence that is in the regular past tense. And dropped is correct. So well done, guys. So we see that the past tense, it usually tells us about something that has already happened. And we say that when it comes to the regular past tense, we either add ed, or if our verb ends with an e, then we add a d, or if our verb ends with a y, we remove the y and we add the ied. So we need to say which sentence is in the regular past tense. It says, I chopped carrots. I chopped carrots. What is our regular past tense verb? I chopped carrots. So I chopped carrots. We need to select the regular past tense. All right. So we can say I chopped, and there we have it, carrots, and we added down ed, chopped. So which sentence is in the past tense? The water finally boiled. The water finally boiled. So the water finally boiled. Boiled. And if we choose the correct one, we will go boiled. And that is our regular past tense verb. Boiled. Right? And which sentence is in the past tense? The children liked the slide at the park. So the water finally boiled. And then the children liked the slide at the park. The children liked the slide at the park. What are our regular past tense verbs? So we can then say, if we select the regular past tense, we can say the children liked with an ed, liked, because it shows the past tense, liked the slide at the park. So boiled. And we said the next one is the children liked. They liked the slide at the park. So boiled and liked. So boiled and liked is correct. Right? So remember, with regular past tense, we only add the ed, we add the d to show the regular past tense verbs. right? So boiled and liked, I'm going to put over here. Boiled and liked. All right. So these are but examples of regular past tense verbs where we either add the ed just to the word boil, right? Or we add a d if the word ends with an e. So if the water finally boiled and we wrote down the word boiled. Right? So we had to like, and here we just added a D because we already, our word ended with an E. So if our word ends with an E, then all we do is we add a D to show the regular past tense verb, right? All right. So we see regular past tense. That's where things have happened in the past. And all we do is we follow a rule, right? Where we add ed, or if our word ends with an e, we add a d, or if the word ends with a consonant y, we remove the y and we add ied to the specific word, right? All right. So this is the end of our lesson grade 3 on regular past tense. And once again, I said that when it comes to regular past tense, we add ed or we add ed to show the past tense form, right? So till next time, grade 3, have a good day further. Goodbye.